The Castilian statue of Peter the Great, located in Senate Square in Saint Petersburg, is known as the Bronze Horseman, was built in honor of the founder of the city of Saint Petersburg. Located on the banks of the Neva River, the Bronze Horseman statue, which is recognized as one of the most prominent symbols of the city, is located on a large stone pedestal and designed in the most artistic way possible. This statue is a monument to victory and power, representing the rich history and culture of the Russian people. The majestic statue of Peter the Great riding a bronze horse was gifted to the city by Catherine the Great to honor her ancestor. The German Princess Catherine came to Russia to marry Peter III and was very keen to prove her right by attributing her name to the founder of the city. In this regard, she commissioned the French sculptor Etienne Maurice Falconet to create a monument to the founder of the Russian Empire. Falconet created this masterpiece between 1768 and 1782, during which time he carefully and deeply studied the horsemen in the mountains and hills. Before this statue, no horse had been depicted standing on two legs. The construction of the statue, which was supposed to take 8 years, was extended by another 4 years due to disagreements between the artist and Catherine's favorite philosopher. And Falconet eventually left the statue without saying goodbye before it was installed. The magnificent statue of Peter the Great was the first equestrian statue in Saint Petersburg. It depicts the city's famous founder in a pose befitting a leader leading his country into the future. The base of the statue is covered from a single block of gratine, a long weight over 1,600 tons, and took 9 months to transport from the Gulf of Finland. An inscription next to the bronze equestrian statue says, "The Peter I from Catherine II." The inscription is engraved in Latin on one side and Russian on another side. Peter the Great is mounted on a horse that has reared up on its hind legs, and it stands on a rock pointing west, leading Russia into a bright future. It is said that the reason why his face is towards the west is because he was inspired by the west to reform and shape ancient Russia. The snake, which is symbol of treasure, is trampled under the horse's hooves. This monument, originally known as the Statue of Peter the Great, its current name is taken from a poem by a famous Russian poet, Alexander Pushkin, which was published in 1833, and its name was The Bronze Horseman. This poem was written after the Great Flood in 1824. The Castilian statue is well integrated into the urban space of Saint Petersburg. In addition, the surrounding area of the statue, including parks and wide streets, provides opportunities for cultural and social events. These interactions reflect the statue's deep connection with the daily lives of citizens. The statue has been exposed to environmental hazards for decades. Several efforts have been made to protect this historical monument. Initially, experts used special chemicals to clean the surface of the statue. This process removed dirt and grease. Then, a large number of protective coating was applied to the statue to prevent rust and further damage. This coating helps maintain the beauty and quality of the statue's construction. In addition, periodic plans are formed to inspect and assess the condition of the statue. The efforts made have helped maintain the attractiveness and authenticity of this valuable work, and given the historical and cultural importance of the statue. Its protection is a priority for the responsible institutions. Local legends at the time said that as long as the statue remained displayed on Senate Square, enemy forces would never be able to occupy it. This legend led government officials to protect the statue during the World War II by placing sandbags and wooden structure around it. Ultimately, this statue survived the tumultuous war without a single scratch. The monument survived the 900-day siege of Leningrad and enemy bombings almost intact. Peter the Great, who ruled from 1682 to 1725, is considered one of the greatest rulers in Russian history for his reforms and expansions of his country. Falcon used the horse Oriel, one of the horses in the imperial stable, as his model for the statue. The statue was first made of plaster, which took about 3 years to complete, and then cast in metal. To install the statue in its final location, the base had to be moved about 9 kilometers to its installation site near Senate Square, which took about 5 months. The statue was inaugurated in the summer of 1782 to mark the 100th anniversary of the reign of Peter the Great. As a symbol of unity and respect for Peter the Great, the statue holds great significance in Russian culture and history, and is still one of the tourist attractions of Saint Petersburg. And now we reach the interesting facts about the Bronze Horseman monument. The statue of Peter the Great is one of the historical and mysterious monuments in Saint Petersburg that amaze every viewer. This statue is made of bronze, which shows the complex and artistic casting techniques. The weight of this structure is about 9 tons, and its height, excluding the base, is more than 5 meters. The design of the sculpture includes intricacy that even behind its construction has its own charms. For example, a snake whose body is bent in a way that somehow accidentally touches the tail of a horse. This statue has an interesting secret. Its back is heavier than its front, which is due to its casting properties. The heart-shaped pupils of Peter the Great are particularly beautiful and show the finest details of the art of casting. The magnificent and artistic appearance of this statue has inspired many artists and had a significant impact on world art and culture.